Thank you. Well, I'm new at this. Well, while we're out there doing this, and we're all paying attention to Pedro Espada, et cetera, that deflects all of the attention. Not that there was much going on, and that's, but this is yet one more excuse while the Assembly says, oh, look over there at the mess that's going on. That's nice. We'll just be back in the district. I mean, what's going on with the state budget here?
I don't think a whole lot is going on. I was making some calls today to see what's up with it, and really it's hinging on the Senate, where they're really stuck. The 32 Democrats, they want to keep that majority or grow it in November, so they're scared. They don't want to. Obviously, no one wants to do a tax cut.
They're stuck on property taxes,
and they're trying to get some sort of a property tax plan through, but there's no money for that. Any sort of property tax relief is going to cost at least $1 billion. So where does that money come from? They probably want to target the property tax relief to protect their marginal senators down in Westchester and Long Island, where there have already been local tax revolts. And the Senate Democrats, they're just stuck on this issue.
And Shelley Silver had a very interesting comment where he said this week, he said, if we restore school aid, that, in effect, is property tax relief.
Which it is.
Which it is, but the Senate Democrats want to send that check out. You know, it was the same thing Bruno did.
Exactly. In 2008.
Except they didn't do it at a time when the state was looking at borrowing $2 billion.
Right.
And Patterson, the governor, remember him? He's still around, actually. He's actually been going around saying he's not going to accept a deal like that because it's bad policy, especially in the long term, to borrow money and then give it back to people because they're going to end up repaying it worse in the future.
I mean, it's bad enough that I've been starting to think that this will finally be the year when we do not get a budget.
Ever.
Because
it's just that the Senate is just completely paralyzed, and the governor is really weakened, and the speaker is not inclined to be the guy who goes first, and it's like a perfect storm.
It's like budget chicken.
You're stuck in the mud. It's like a car stuck in the sand.
I still think there will be a budget because with all the problems that Albany has faced, and with all the dysfunction and all the attention to it in the last 2 years and the last 4 years, really, I don't think they want to add yet another problem by going on to the stump without a budget in June, July, and August.
Don't you think that the political expediency will push them? So when it's June and they're starting to feel like, oh, the voters are wondering where I am. Oh, July you're betting.
This is what one of the staffers, we were just talking, one of the Senate staffers was saying by July they're really going to feel like they need to be home in their districts campaigning.
July, Bill?
That implies that they slide right through the school budget season without telling the schools how much aid they're going to get, which is going to be a disaster.
I'm going to say May.
Yeah.
I'm going to be optimistic.
You're bold.
I've been optimistic. I think it's going to be. And just if it wasn't bad enough that there's no budget that they'd have to run on, they're also not getting paid.
Okay, so May.
I say by July 4th.
July 4th.
I already said I think it might be never.
Okay, you guys heard it here first.
Yeah, we won't be replaying this in May, by the way.
We may very well. I just want to thank everybody for being with me. Kenny Lovett, he's from the Daily News, Capitol Bureau Chief Bill Hammond, also Daily News columnist extraordinaire, and Rick Carlin from the Times-Union. What are you going by? Blogger, columnist, man of all hats?
Just Rick is fine.
Oh, just Rick is fine. Okay, good. Thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate it.